Good day, everyone, and welcome to Active Citizens Parliament. This is really a weekend edition, and I felt that we need to have a very deep thought. A lot of people has called me about 2027 election, and they seem hopeless. But I said I need to come out today to put some hope in the bag. Now, but I want to start by saying a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending your time zone where you're watching us from. There is this saying about the stakes in 2027 election that is higher than that of 2023. And I will tell us that 2027 is not about APC or PDP or party. It's about Nigerians versus Tinubu's administration. So it's Nigerians versus Tinubu's, and it should be termed or tagged like the political Champions League of 2027. So we know the people who has bought new players, they camped. We know the people who had loaned players, like Wike loaned from PDP and the rest. But let me say this in reality. The madness of politicians who govern Nigeria without regard to the people's welfare must end. And only the collective power of the masses can bring about this change we are talking about 2027. By voting out incompetent and self-serving leaders, Nigerians in 2027 can pave the way for a government that prioritizes the needs of its citizens, tackling hunger, creating jobs, improving security, and rebuilding infrastructure. Some people are talking about the real strategy of Chief Bola Tinubu, but there are certain people who are of the opinion that Chief Bola Tinubu, among the 200 and something million Nigerians, that he is the worst person, not the president, but the worst person when you go into a place filled with over 200 million people. And that other person is none other person than David Undein. Let's take a lesson, just a snippet, then we'll come back and get into the discussion in earnest.
I was fortunate to be born, in a certain situation, so I knew things many people don't know. So my dad, for example, has worked, in close proximity with this person before. Wow. My dad knew him in ways that most people did not. So, which is why, when I see up till now, when I see these, and I don't know how to describe them, but these entities on social media running around and running their mouths, and insulting people on behalf of this person that they think is their ethnic champion. And I just look at them, I think, you poor fools. You really have no idea, do you? You really you don't know what you don't know. This guy is, and I say this with every sense of responsibility. This guy is one of the worst human beings that exists among 240 million Nigerians. This guy is one of the very worst human beings. And I don't mean that as a public official. I mean as a human being, as a person, as a soul. This person, if there's a place called hell, this guy is going there. This is a terrible person. This is a person with no redeeming quality. So obviously I knew all of this because I know what I know. I guess many people don't. But in the run-up to the 2023 elections, I was like, okay, so the power that I have is that I have an audience. I have the ability to do stories that other people cannot do. I have the ability to do stories in ways that other people cannot do. I have access to resources that other journalists in Nigeria don't have. So I'm going to do this. This thing that I couldn't do in 2019 while I was watching Buhari supposedly win a second term and I felt so helpless. This time around, I'm not going to accept being helpless. This time around, I'm going to take my destiny into my own hands. Even if the effort is not successful, which ultimately it wasn't. But even if that is the case, I'm not going to look back and then be wondering that what if I had just right? I want to know that I went all out. I did everything that was in my power, that I left nothing in the dressing room. I put everything out there on the field, to use a football simile. So that was what I set out to do.
So you heard from David Undein. He said it's not about Tinubu's presidency. It's about Tinubu as a person. Now, our people in Nigeria, we are really forgotten. We are the people who have borne the brunt of bad governance. We will no longer be silent. Let's know what is happening to us when we keep talking about bad governance. We are the ones that should be the architect of the new Nigeria, where leaders should be held accountable, and the welfare of our people should be the highest priority. Now, there is that video, two video we have, that have gone viral in Nigeria. One that has to deal with the issue of Chief Bola Tinubu telling Nigerians not to vote for him if he comes for the second term. And he said it in such a way, in quotes, by all means necessary, you must have power, you must have light. Now, this 2027 general election represents a historic opportunity for Nigerians, especially the young ones, to take control of their destiny and give back the promise that Chief Bola Tinubu said should be. Let's take a listen to him.
By all means necessary, you must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth. Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver.
There is no adequate reasons. None. By all means necessary, we must not vote for Chief Bola Tinubu in 2027, assuming he's running, because the campaign distance are everywhere. We, the hungry, frustrated people of Nigeria, should do the needful. We are hungry, we are frustrated, and they are overlooking all of us, and they hold the power. They are just uncaring politicians. They are charting a different course for the nation. And whenever you talk, they feel like you are attacking them. But how do you say you are attacking somebody who even mentions that power is not taken a la carte, not feed in a restaurant? But that is a story for another day. But I want to tell us that through mass participation and a united front, we the people will decide who governs us. We will be sending a clear message that the era of political madness is over. The ballot box is the tool. Yes, revolution, agreed, but the ballot box is the closest. And the will of the people will force that. Liberate Nigeria from the shackles of this wicked minority in power. Let's take another snippet from Randy Peters, who obviously is talking to Chief Bola Tinubu himself directly. Let's take a listen.
President Bola Tinubu, Mr. President, as a concerned citizen, me, Peter, for Nigeria, allow me to give you small advice when no politician around you will ever give you. President Tinubu, you see all this energy and strategy where you they invest into trying to bring all politicians, governors, political godfathers to to help you to win re-election in 2027. All of this energy where una they put into trying to convert Nigeria into a one-party state. Mr. President, if you invest just 50% of that energy and time into making the lives of Nigerians better, to make economy better, bring down inflation, lower cost of living, end insecurity, give Nigerians constant light, President Tinubu, you no go need all those governors. You no go need them. Because, Mr. President, unfortunately, you may be able to buy the support of governors, but you cannot buy the organic love and support of the people. President Tinubu, forget all these Yoruba Ronu APC boys where they social media. Some people go follow you for sentiments. Some go follow you based on waiting they won't chop. But you see, they call love and support of the people. If it didn't they, it didn't they. And any power that is gotten outside the people will become your own albatross. Because power must come from the people. President Tinubu, and any power where you force upon yourself, where you force yourself upon the people, it go only destroy the country even more. And Mr. President, power is transient. If you don't leave power, power will leave you. See PDP now. Shebi, you been the governor of Lagos when PDP been there in power. Out of 36 states, they been get more than 25 governors. Today, we are PDP, we are power. They even both say they go rule Nigeria for about 50 or 60 years. Today, how far? Shebi APC self don't start. President Tinubu, make I ask question. If he sure for APC for 2027, share the confidence we will get about 2027 election. Now say because you know you have the capacity and competence to rule this country again. And share, you know, say you have performed so well that Nigerians are in support of you to become president for a second term. Or when confidence now say you have hope in a criminal INEC and a corrupt Nigerian judiciary. And then tomorrow INEC go come and they talk say they want to begin voting without PVC. See INEC, small yash they shake. INEC will be the only political organization whenever officially declared to defect to APC. And that is because they know say they no go fit do them. If not, they are already the electoral arm of the APC. Mr. President, power is transient. If you not leave power, power will leave you. Officially, they say Mr. President are 73 years old. You have been former senator, former governor, former APC national leader. Your wife 3-time senator. Mr. President, at what point where we ourselves won't talk, say, this country that has given you opportunity to do so much and become so much, make you give Nigeria the opportunity to move forward. Say all these young children, every day, they social media, we they cry, we they beg. Nothing else we are demanding for than let the country just be good for people to live. At what point will you begin to factor the welfare of Nigerians into your actions and political calculations? Nigerians, that is why I want to ask una the question. All of una, they see waiting, they go on. The people will be your oppressors and your rulers. They know they pretend about 2027. Everything where you they see they go on is a careful plan. I want to ask, if politicians don't already the perfect plan APC for 2027, what is your own plan for 2027? What will be the plan of we as Nigerians? What is our own agenda? On this social media, all of us one day just they use vibes and inshallah, they discuss things where no concern us. Now so we want to enter 2027. It's like we want to renew our subscription for premium shaggy because we have another 4 years of lamentation. No? All this movement of governor where you they see governor defect to APC, there is no other reason. The reason no they had. The more governors are in the ruling party, the easier it is for you to rig elections. Simple. So nobody should be pretending like say we don't know. All this one where we quiet. You see what thing they go on for River State. You they see Kanu. You they see Delta don't join them. The plan not be to win with overwhelming majority. You know, just be able to break opposition enough, get small votes and add and declare yourself winner. And all of us they pretend like say we don't know. Look at River State, where one person feel post say na him make another person governor, and nobody is paying attention to fix that criminal system will give you opportunity to fit make governor. So the whole of Rivers people know sabi pick governor. My people, all of us between now and 2027, we get one assignment. Not leave the fight for one person or one group of persons. They message me, they tell me, Peter, be careful, be careful. No, everybody should decide to speak for our own liberty. INEC is the difference between Nigeria of today and a better Nigeria. Any post where you they post, just they add fix INEC, electoral reform. If we not get confidence, say we fit fix INEC, waiting make us believe say we fit change Nigeria. The thing where APC they use now INEC. So now there you must mount. It is either we go down National Assembly now or we go later. Waiting that they do now citizen sensitization. We must fix electoral system before 2027. It must be mandatory for electronic transmission of results. You must protect your INEC server. You must ensure that polling unit results are transmitted directly, and all of you should have access to that server. If not, just prepare your renewed subscription for premium shege. Nigerians, stop pretending to be asleep. Shine your eye. Your oppressors are not pretending. Why are you pretending to not know what is going on? May God help Nigeria. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
I guess Randy says it even better than me. Because the people, all of us, go they think say the change we they talk about now till 2027. Not be about 2027. We should start now. The time for us to begin is now. We are talking about INEC fix Nigeria. You can hear it from him. Same thing that we're talking about. Same slogan. Fix INEC, fix Nigeria. And that's what we are saying. The time to start is now. We shouldn't be waiting later. Tinubu is not waiting later. And he has a strategy like he has already told his people in 2023, which has to deal with snatch it and run with it. Grab it, snatch it, run with it. And we don't want that to happen again. He told us that time, and that's what happened. So, should we now wait till 2027 when he's already perfecting his own plans? Should we do that? No. My people, we must be ready to make it happen. Bola Tinubu must be stopped from even the ballot in 2027. Because if you are not...
For me, what is important is let's discuss
governance. If you have not felt it in any way, I feel it. And now that's why I'm telling you. You see again the issue about the genocide that is happening in Plateau State. We're talking about the one happening in Benue State. What is being done about it? But let me say, the people who are asking questions about the coalition, Peter Obi, Atiku, and the rest of it, Peter Obi did say something. The coalition should be about the people. And when we talk about the coalition of the people, it means that we should come together. It's the coalition of people. But let's take a listen to what His Excellency Peter Obi said about the coalition, and then we take it off from there. But please, go and make your comment. Tell us your thoughts about 2027, whether it is Nigerians and Bola Tinubu. Go to comment section. Do not hesitate to like and, of course, share so that other people will hear this. Let's take a hear from Peter Obi.
For me, what is important is let's discuss Nigeria. Whether we are going to do coalition or not, let's talk about the future of the country. Because often we abandon the country and what we need to do, talking about power grab. I'm not interested in any coalition that is for purpose of taking power. It is about discussing Nigeria. How do we care about securing Nigeria? How do we care about the common person in Nigeria? How do we care about our children being in school? That is the most important thing for now.
Political power is not going to be served in a It's not going to be served in a restaurant. It's not served in a la carte. It's what we are doing. It's being determined to do it. At all costs, fight for it, grab it, snatch it, and run with it. Yes.
At all costs. That is the slogan of Chief Bola Tinubu, at all costs. But what am I saying about today? I say by all means possible. It's still Chief Bola Tinubu's slogan. So let us prepare ourselves, but let's start now. You can go to the comment section. You will see the link that I posted that has to deal with signing a petition, mandate for petition, to do what? To fix INEC. You can do as small as that. That is the minimum you can do at the present. I'm not asking you to converge at the National Assembly so that we're talking about logistics, we're talking about tear gas from police and the counter protests that will be coming out from an RNG from these politicians. But from the comfort of your home, you could protest. And how do you protest? Sign the petition. What is this petition going to do? When you click on it, you can read more about how to fix INEC, and then we fix Nigeria. And that is it. But talking about the genocide that is happening in Plateau State, that continuously, even when Tinubu comes back, it continues to go on. It is no longer a massacre, it is a genocide. Let's hear how Delefarotimi positions this as we round up.
Specifically to the crime of genocide that is going on in Nigeria today. What is genocide? Genocide is when a particular group of persons or people are consistently, persistently attacked with a view to extermination. How do you exterminate a people if not by chasing them off their land? If not by killing them indiscriminately? If not by beheading them and having them buried in mass graves? What else is genocide? What we're seeing in northern Nigeria today, from Zamfara to Katsina, to the Benue Trough, to the Plateau, in Enugu, in multiple parts, it's nothing but genocide. These are genocidal killings, and it's well documented, hidden in plain sight, and we're all looking at it, and we are lying to ourselves that is anything other than genocide. Commodore Laumi told us that government is shielding people. He told us about the over 400 borrowed the change identified as financing terror. Not one, not a single one has been taken before a court. Nigeria is unraveling, and it is unraveling largely because of the complicity, the hypocrisy, rank hypocrisy of the munafiqs who have claimed that they are Muslims and are doing all this evil in the name of God. The everyday Nigerian who has refused to get involved, believing that the solution will come when the El Dorado of a split might have happened. Let me remind you, even if Nigeria will split, it wouldn't split peacefully, given its current realities. It is achievable in peace if we ever find the grace to act together in concert, understanding very clearly that what we are faced with is not just state failure. We are dealing with the complicity of the state in the extermination of its own people.
So, okay, we've heard that, tidbit from Delefarotimi. But outside of all of this, there are so much problems we keep talking about on each day, but also their solution. The solution may lie in 2027, but we need to start now. That is the bottom line. And what we're talking about is about the window of opportunity. And Mandate 4 clearly has done something very, very special for Nigerians. So let's take a listen as we round up from them as concerning the challenge, the 30-day challenge that is rounding up right now about signing this very petition. To do what? To fix INEC and fix Nigeria. Let's hear from Century Favor.
From EC8A, results were flowing up and down. Fake results, real results. As citizens, we didn't really understand what was going on with results. We just depend on INEC. In 2027, no, we don't have to depend on INEC again to know exactly what's going on across the 200,000 plus polling units. We need to know. And that's what we're trying to achieve with the Fix INEC, Fix Nigeria campaign, amongst many other things, to recruit 5 million citizen vote protection volunteers, people who will be trained to forensically capture a polling unit. Every single detail from a polling unit can report it. And that detail will be used by parties who want to litigate elections if there's a need for. Because the reality is that all this mago happens because we don't know what's happening across the 200 and something polling units. We don't have actual evidence. That's one of the things we want to solve. The Fix INEC, Fix Nigeria, Fix INEC.org, Fix INEC campaign. In today's election day, and as the vote starts, before INEC announce results, you already know the answers, you already know the results. Because you have over 5 million trained, forensically trained people who are monitoring the elections. And you know exactly what's going on in INEC. That's what we're trying to achieve. Fix INEC, fixnigeria.org. You want to know exactly what's happening in our elections. You want to know. Because democracy dies in darkness. Let's fix our elections. Let's fix INEC. Join, become a citizen vote protection volunteer. So that 27 elections will come, and when it comes, we're not in the dark. Citizens know exactly what's going on across 200,000 polling units, and we can now hold INEC accountable, leveraging technology and our numbers. Power and numbers is what they list.